It is 4 p.m. We're redeveloping news.
And the stories behind the headlines. This is StoryCon. I'm Regina Lay.
I'm Ed Lingao. Our top story at this hour, the Interior Department is looking at a local terror group behind the violence that erupted in Manila on Sunday night. Interior Secretary John Vic Remulla also confirms that there was intent to attack Malacanang and set it on fire. But the rioters, according to Remulla, never had a chance to even come close to where President Marcos was yesterday. Remulla says the palace is always on heightened alert whether or not there's a threat. So far, 216 people have been arrested over the convergence and standoff in Ayala Bridge and later on in Menjola. They will be charged with arson, inciting to sedition, and grave physical injuries. 95 policemen were also hurt in the incidents.
The threat of the terrorists was more of a bomb that would go off in Luneta or in the Luneta or in the People Power Monument. But with the vigilance of our PNP to look at the situation, because we had 400 policemen on the ground dressed as plainclothes to see what was going on and to assess, and the vigilance paid off, and none of it transpired. Safe to say, we are still investigating according to our intelligence reports, and we will come out with a report pretty soon.
Senate President Vicente Tito Soto and Senate President Pro Tempore and Blue Ribbon Chair Senator Ping Lacson have appeared before the Independent Commission for Infrastructure in Taguig. Soto said they were asked to explain Senate procedures on budget amendments and insertions. The ICI is, of course, investigating the anomalies in flood control projects all across the country.
The letter of invitation asking that we shed light on the Senate procedures on the budget and how it's possible that there are individual amendments, institutional amendments, or insertions. More or less, that's the context of what we will be discussing with ICI.
In terms of maybe the strategy of the ICI?
And then they want to be enlightened on how this process is being done before and is being done now.
For his part, Lacson called Congress the quote-unquote original sin in infrastructure corruption and urged lawmakers to practice self-restraint when it comes to local project funding.
Kung wala nag-insert, walang paglalaroan yung mga district engineering offices. Mag-self-restraint na kami. Huwag kami mag-insert, especially sa mga local infrastructure projects na nasa level ng DEO. Kasi parang we're supplying them the resources to commit, corruption.
Meantime, a spokesperson for Senator Jinggoy Estrada, Attorney Bianca Soriano, said there is no basis for Estrada to inhibit from the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee hearings. She stressed that Estrada has consistently denied allegations linking him to kickbacks in these flood control projects. Here are the other stories that we're watching this rainy Monday, September 22. The palace says President Bongbong Marcos is open to an investigation into reports that some government contractors were also his campaign donors. Palace press officer Yusek Claire Castro stressed that Marcos will not excuse himself from any probe. Earlier, the Philippine Center for Investigative Journalism, or PCIJ, reported that Marcos and Vice President Sara Duterte received millions in donations from public works contractors in 2022, despite an election law ban.
The Cybercrime Investigation and Coordinating Center has reported that hackers defaced at least a dozen government websites amid the September 21 protests. These include websites of the Department of Budget Management, Foreign Affairs, and Education. The CICC says the breaches were swiftly recovered and noted that agencies had been warned of potential cyber attacks.
House Speaker Boji Lee said that if it were up to him, the House Infrastructure Committee hearings on flood control anomalies should be terminated. Lee cited a loss of public trust in the House probe. The The speaker also said he prefers to turn over all of the panel's reports to the Independent Committee for Infrastructure, or ICI.
And Pagasa says life-threatening conditions persist over the northern portion of northern Luzon because of Super Typhoon Nando. Nando is expected to make landfall over the Kalayaan group of islands by 5 p.m. today. Tropical signal number 5 is raised over Babuyan Islands, while signal number 4 is hoisted over the southern part of Batanes, the northern portion of mainland Cagayan, and the northern portion of Ilocos Norte. Meanwhile, signal number 3 is up over 5 areas, including the rest of Batanes, the rest of mainland Cagayan and Apayao, as well as Isabela, Abra, Kalinga, Ifugao, Ilocos Sur, and the northern portions of Benguet and La Union are now under signal number 2. Over 10 areas now flashed on your screen have been placed under signal number 1. And as always, the bearer of bad tidings that we cannot talk about. But anyway, it's a Monday, so that's bad enough already.
Angel of Doom, no?
And our angel of doom. Our angel of doom and gloom. Paano ulit?
No, he's not that. Come on. Sometimes he brings good tidings too.
Oh, you should listen to yourself now.
Actually, sa Middle Ages, yung messenger ng bad tidings, pinupugot.
Oo nga, pinupugot ng ulo.
But we become a lot more forgiving.
Parang
no?
gusto mo yan.
Hindi naman.
Bibili mo na patawa.
Violence is never an answer.
Well, in his case naman, it's excusable.
Tell that to the Marines.
At teka, pakilala muna natin. Tito Raul Llamas, our political heckler.
Yeah.
And of course...
Happy Monday. Happy rainy Monday.
And of course...
Is he really happy?
From the...
Yeah, I'm very happy. Tingnan mo, malakas ang ulan. Nalilinis ang hangin.
Eh, sana kung hindi lang hangin.
Ngayon lang nga.
Hindi lang hangin lang, no?
Dahil ghost yung flood control, baha.
Terrible, no? That's...
Again,
And from the Philippine Star, we've got, of course, Editor-in-Chief, Ami Pamintuan.
Uy.
Hi, Ami.
Hi, happy Monday.
Ayan.
May splash of pink.
Yes.
Oo nga, di ba? Pag malungkot yung panahon, makulay ako.
Hindi yan bad tidings.
Ang galing, you're on opposite sides of the fence. Ikaw, you're happy. Si Ami thinks it's malungkot ang panahon.
Pero yung kulay niya magkaiba. I mean, happy siya, pero black. Si Ami malungkot, pero red wine.
Talaga dyan, what's inside?
Oh, di ba? What's inside?
Okay. There's
Interesting
still only
weekend.
one big news for today. Obviously, it's still the outrage over the flood control anomalies. Interesting weekend nga. You were there. Anong experience mo?
Ako?
Instigator lang siya.
Dumaan ako.
Ay, hindi ba public info?
Nakita ko lang ba,
Marami
daming tao.
nakapag-picture sa'yo eh.
Dami kong daming tao. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And?
Interesting. Walang pinasalitang politiko. Ang mga pinasalita lang ay mga artista, mga pare, obispo, kardinal, no? Saka yung mga at least at this point wala namang political position. Diba? Si Heidi Mendoza, Cielo Magno, Bishop Colin, Cardinal Ambo.
Fair enough, hindi naman to...
Si Vice Ganda.
Oo,
no?
yes.
Isa Calzado, yung mga kumantaro, no?
Fair enough, hindi naman to organized by any political party. It's civil society, it's clergymen, it's students, it's activists, right?
Pero kahit kasi yung mga activists, hindi pinasalita. Dahil nga, para magpakita ng unity. Hindi unity. Unity.
But let me ask you this. Obviously, the outrage is there. It's a good thing that we're putting out the outrage there and letting people know how angry people are. And people are, of course, getting enlightened with the issues. But how do you move beyond that? Kasi we saw the same thing in 2012 with the pork barrel rallies, the massive pork barrel rallies. We saw the same thing. People were so concerned. People wanted action and people demanded action. We went to the Luneta. And yes, so goodbye pork barrel. Pero yung pumalit naman sa pork barrel ng 70 million at 200 million ay allocations ng billion-billion na mas malaki.
Yeah. Well, simula pa lang yan eh. It's the first major rally tungkol dito. At nagulat nga yung organizers. Target nila 20,000 eh. Umabot ng at least yung sa Ortigas, ay yung sa People Power Monument ay mga 50,000. Yung mga yung doon sa Luneta, mga ganun din. So, beyond yung expected targets yung pumunta. At nakakatuwa dahil mga karaniwang tao, hindi ito yung mga usual suspects katulad nila Ed. Napudpud na yung sapatos sa kakamarsya, no? Ang mga kwento mga karaniwang tao, dala yung mga anak. Sabi ko nga, ba't dala niyo yung anak niyo? Ang dami kasi may dala ng mga anak meron pa nga, may dala mga toddlers ako yung kinakabahan magkagulo. Nagkaroon ng minor scuffle between yung mga DDS at saka itong mga doon sa People Power Monument. Gusto kasi i-take over ng mga DDS yung People Power Monument. Nanggaling sila sa Gate 4 ng Camp-Aguinaldo. So nagkaroon ng at muntik pang magkasaksakan dahil may ilan na may dalang palaksak. So hindi buti na awat. Kaya kinakabahan ako pag nakikita ko yung mga bata. Pero walang pakialam. Para sa kinabukasan nila ito, sabi ng mga magulang.
Sabi nga po,
daming seniors. Hindi lang kabataan na nandun, mga seniors nandun. Hindi ako Gen Z ako So nandun sila.
Don't forget, Gen Z siya.
Andun ako nung umaga sa People Power Monument, nag-rally siguro mga 10,000. Punta ako sa Edsa Shrine para doon sa misa, tsaka doon sa gathering doon. Tapos, medyo nasa dulo ako ng marcha, pabalik ng People Power Monument, hindi na kami nakalakad dahil sarado na yung EDSA sa dami ng tao. So naghintay kami doon sa gitna ng EDSA Shrine tsaka People Power Monument ng 2 hours. So, nakarating kami doon doon nga kasama ko nga yung TV5 na hindi makakuha ng signal.
Ano yun?
Hindi dahil nga ang daming tao kaya hindi ka makakuha ng signal. Ako hindi makakuha So yan, tsaka dumating kami ron, doon kami nag-episode, no? Isang podcaster. Tapos yung mga tao, ayaw pa umalis. Pag bumalik ako ng EDSA Shrine, hanggang 8 o'clock ako ron, ayaw pa umalis itong mga bata. Nag-chanting pa rin sila, nagsasayawan, no? Et cetera. Siguro, baka later pa sila nag-stay doon. Parang ayaw umuwi. Tapos ang dami. Ang dami pa rin. Kaya yung makikita mo rin yung spirit ng EDSA. Pero siguro habang nangyayari yan, meron namang gulo sa Mendiola.
My question is, how do you
Well, ang pinakamahalaga dyan, halimbawa, nangyari dun sa Napoles, may nakulong na 3 senador, nakulong si Napoles, natanggal yung pork barrel. Hindi, pero yung sinasabi ko, Ami, paano nakalaya? Sumunod na gobyerno. Paano nabalik yung pork barrel? Sumunod na gobyerno, di ba? Yung mga flood control. Kaya kung gusto mong masustain yun, dapat mag-elect ka na matitino.
Yeah, so it goes back to that din
Yes.
Pero, so
bottom line.
Outrage, but let me reframe it. You saw several groups yesterday, not just in Luneta but all over the country as well. Pero different groups also would castigate their political enemies, but put up or idolize their patrons.
Exactly.
So parang itong boss namin ang santo.
Pero sinasagot ko yung tanong mo yan. Tanong mo bakit nawala yan? Nawala dahil iba yung binoto. Yung binoto ay sang-ayon sa ibang klase ng pork barrel. Yung naiboto, pinakawalan yung mga nakulong. Diba? Kaya nga, kung gusto mo may continuity, halimbawa yung policy sa pork barrel, mag-elect ka ng sasang-ayon doon. No? Doon sa pinakulong mo, doon sa tinanggal mo, doon sa ethos na dinevelop mo during your term. Dahil kung mag-elect ka ng iba, hindi mo naman pwede sabihin.
So, wala. My question, how do you make this outreach into something that's tangible in the elections?
That's the longer-term answer. In the shorter term, today, tomorrow, the rest of this week, the answer is what people are already saying online, which is you have to keep the pressure on the politicians, right?
Hindi ko nararamdaman nila yun.
Kaya nga, so the masses have to keep the pressure on them. Magsulat kayo sa district representatives nyo, message nyo sa Facebook, tell them to put pressure on the president and the rest of the cabinet members to release their sal-ins, right? Kahit na the ombudsman, we don't know who the next ombudsman is gonna be. That's a big first step, right? You guys were laughing at me dati because I kept saying the power of Congress belongs to the people. But guess what? Bago na yung speaker. Bago na yung Senate President. So there is... it's a very naive, very idealistic perspective. I get it. Pero kahit papano, they are attuned and sensitive to people's sentiments on the
Kaya
ground.
nga, merong ICI ngayon. Nagbagong leadership ng House at saka ng Senate. Diba? Pinapurge ngayon ni Vince Dizon ng DPWH. Kakasuhan this week yung dating head ng DPWH, si Bonoan. Kakasuhan daw si Saldico, etc. So yan, nangyari yan because of pressure from below.
Correct.
Sinasabi ni Reds, para ma-sustain yan,
You have
kailangan
to-
tuloy-tuloy ito. No? Tuloy-tuloy naman. Pero syempre, yung mga tao, kailangan din maghanap buhay. Yung mga bata, kailangan din mag-aral.
Hindi, we're not saying
kailangan yun,
that we're not saying kailangan nila mag-rally every day, but there's other ways to reach out to your representatives, right? District representatives, mga local officials. Keep writing them, keep messaging them.
Pero mukhang ang focus kasi sa
Si
presidente.
Ami, maraming eleksyon na yan. Ami, ikaw, ang tingin mo?
Ang focus sa presidente.
Tsaka
dahil
hindi lang ang
congressman.
importante dyan yung prosecution Wala tayo nakukulong kasing malalaking tao We have to watch the legal process, yung prosecution.
Yung nakulong na malaking tao,
Dami-dami na nating
napagod pa.
nangyaring ganito Ang dami-dami. Kaya paulit-ulit tong problema natin corruption, walang nakukulong na big fish. Lahat sila nakakawala. Lahat babagalan mo dun sa korte. Either through delaying tactics o talagang binabagalan. Tapos mag-ano sila, i-dismiss nyo na yan for inordinate delay. Tignan nyo, napakaraming ganong kaso. Kaya kailangan may pressure din. Once na-file yung case, kailangan bilis-bilisan yung file kasi as of this moment, sa ngayon pa lang, sinisira na daw yung record sa Department of Public Works and Highways. According to the ICI yan, Apart from that, pwedeng bayaran, alam mo, laki-laki ng pera dito, Pwedeng bayaran yung ibang witness dyan na mag-retract. Oy, magpakulong ka na lang yung kami na bahala sa pamilya mo. Meron tayong ganyang kultura. Kailangan magkaroon ng pressure on the legal system na ituloy nyo yan at bilisan nyo. Kung hindi makakalimutan yan, by 2028, kalimutan na naman to.
Meron kang,
Walang mangyayari dyan.
Tama yung sabi ni Ami, no? Immediately, kailangan hindi lamang investigahan, kailangan makasuhan, hindi lang pwedeng makasuhan, dapat makulong. Hindi lang pwedeng makulong, dapat mabawi yung ninakaw. Hindi lang dapat mabawi yung ninakaw, kailangan may mga reform para hindi na maulit.
Yes.
That takes time.
That takes time. All of that takes time.
So, meron kang mga
What we're
immediate...
saying is, in the short term, meron naman magagawa yung mga tao. They're not as helpless as they
Yun yung
think.
inahabol nila ngayon sa ICI. Ang problema mo, within the limits of the judicial system, no, ay ano yung pwede mong gawin para ma-fast track? Dahil pwede mo itali sa korte. Lalo na yung mga abogado ng mga mesala. These are the highest paid lawyers.
Of course.
Yes.
Kaya,
Yung
Kaya mga patalo ng
delay.
kalahating bilyong piso sa
Of
opisina.
course.
yun.
Well,
Pero meron ka rin medium term. That in 2 years, kampanya na for
Yeah.
the next election. Ibig sabihin, mabilis na yan. Kailangan, meron ka ipapalit. Dahil kung wala ka ipapalit, papadala ka na lang ng sulat sa iyong congressman, tapos tatapon niya sa basura yung sulat, dahil pati siya
Vicious
involved Pati siya involved So, kailangan mong palitan. Di ba? Yung mga judges na pinapakawalan yung mga drug lords, yung mga pogo lords, pinapakawalan itong mga may kaso ng mga politiko, kailangan palitan yan. Di ba? Para mapalitan yan, yung appointive powers, kailangan mo rin palitan. Di ba? Dahil yun yung nag-a-appoint yan So, yan yung medium term na kailangan gawin sa 2028, which starts now. Dahil hindi naman pwede na mamimili ka ng kandidato sa 2028.
naman.
Dapat ngayon pa
Of
lang.
course. And voter education starts now, hindi 2027,
Yes.
right?
Hindi, kaya nga sabi namin kahapon
pero-
doon sa rally, gawin yung paaralan ang inyong mga bahay. Dahil dyan nagsisimulang ma-educate itong mga kabataan na ito.
Sabihin ko sana, the difference with this scandal, Ed, is I think nasabi na natin to in previous episodes, which is that this is something that everybody feels. Umulan, babaha, everybody feels it, right? Kaysa compared, for instance, sa PDAF scam, na parang, okay, they channeled it through ghost NGOs, parang hindi mo naman naramdaman, right? This is the difference. That's why it feels like, okay, parang
And the scale is
it
much
feels
bigger.
different this time around. Hopefully it is.
Hintay mo mag-summer.
Oh. Well, kahit na. That's still
Magpasalamat nga kayo, may La Nina. May La Nina
May La Nina.
Magpasalamat kayo, medyo tatagal yung natin, yung rainy season.
Oo.
At least medyo mag-ano siya. Maalala yan. Tuwing matatraffic ka, tuwing malulubak ka, maaalala mo, ay, ninakaw kasi yung kwarto namin.
Yan nagalit si Ronald kasi na-traffic parati si Ronald
Tsaka noon, umaabot ng several hundred millions. Ngayon, umaabot ng
billions
trillion.
na.
Trillion nga eh.
Trillion.
So, kaya,
Hindi pa nga tayo we haven't even started looking at the farm-to-market roads.
tapos dito, very glaring. Parang, it's out in the open. No? At hindi sila, parang chill lang sila. Noong dati kasi nakatago yan sa mga ledgers eh. Ngayon, open na open yung nakikita mo ginagawa sa BICAM, ginagawa sa budget hearing. At least ngayon medyo na open na. Pero noong dati nakikita mo sila nandun eh. Yung pala, ninanakaw na yung pera mo. So, kumbaga, with the age of social media, wala na itatago ngayon.
Well, no, with the BICAM, we still want to see yung ano nila, yung minutes of the meeting ng BICAM.
Hindi pa natin
Hindi pa nila na-release yan. We still want to see, right? Because dun dapat naka-indicate who asked for what, who are the proponents of these insertions, right? The SALN, exactly. By law, they should
wala pa rin naglalabas, kakaunti pa lang.
Wala.
Sila Cheljok na
Puro
pala.
OPM, puro we are willing to release. Puro ganun lang.
Alam mo, even yung Congressman Shell Diokno's motion sa House for the members of the Infracom to release, to disclose their conflicts of interest, hanggang ngayon, we're still waiting on that.
Wala pa. Sasara na lang daw yung Infracom.
Sabi ni Congressman Terry Ridon, when we interviewed him on another show, mga two or three congressmen declared their conflicts of interest. Pero ayaw niya sabihin who these congressmen are. We could make a guess, but of course, it's iba pa rin pagka sila mismo nag-disclose. But even that, something as simple as that, who amongst the Infracom committee members have conflicts of interest, ayaw nila i-release.
Minimum of 5 vice chairmen are linked to contractors.
Or linked to contractors
Minimum.
or have families in the construction
And those are the vice
business,
chairmen
right?
of the Public Works Committee.
Going back to the rallies,
Kaya
nakakatuwa
isasara na lang
kasi.
daw yung Infracom. Sabi niya
Nakakatuwa
na,
yung mga
sabi ni
rallies dahil,
Speaker
siyempre,
D.
para siyang reunion. Yung mga matagal mo lang hindi nakikita ng dekada at taon, biglang makikita mo doon na parang reunion. Pero mahalaga, mga karaniwang tao may dalang mga silya, no? Mga seniors, no? Katulad ni Ed, no? Ganyan, nakaupo ron, no? Dala-dala yung mga upuan.
Kung senior.
Gen Z nga siya, Gen Z.
Kaya nga sabi ko, this is
Pero
a
madaling
celebration.
yan Ronald, madaling ma-disillusion yan pag wala nangyari kagad-agad. Kailangan
mga
agad-agad.
karaniwang tao to.
Kailangan meron silang nakikitang
Hindi to yung mga
May
usual
mangyayari
suspects
after
na
this what
nag-rally.
happens.
Hindi to yung mga dati ng mga aktivista na tumanda na.
Oo nga.
Ito mga karaniwang tao nagpupuntahan doon, no? Tapos kanya-kanyang sulat ng placard.
Right.
Doon nga nagsusulat sila eh. Hindi ito yung pupunta ron, may placards na. Doon.
May tarpaulin na.
Oo, hindi hakot, malinaw eh. Kaya nakakatuwa, nakakabusog ng puso. Yun mo, magka-holding
Pero
hands
they
pa.
will be expecting something Merong impact dapat siyang ginawa nila
Dapat may
kahapon.
impact. We have to
Yan ang hihintayin ngayon ng mga tao within the week.
We have to keep up
Yung
the
impact
pressure.
ng mga action na yan?
Bok, we have a guest.
Kailangan meron.
Okay, let's bring in our first guest this afternoon. We're talking to Police Major Hazel Tolentino Asilo, the spokesperson for NCRPO. Good afternoon,
Hi, Major.
Major General.
Yes,
Good
ma'am.
afternoon.
Magandang hapon po.
Gandang hapon po.
Magandang hapon po, sir.
Ma'am, makikibalita kami dun sa nangyari kagabi. Kasi marami hong nahuli yung PNP na di umano yung mga nanunog tsaka nakipagbatuhan. Have we identified po kung anong grupo sila affiliated with? Kung sino nag-utos sa kanila?
Meron po tayong 244 na arrested as of 10:30 a.m. kanina. So ilan po dito is minors. 141 is of legal age. Ang rescued minors natin is 103. With regards po dun sa kanilang mga grupong kinakabilangan, hanggang ngayon po is nagagawa pa rin po ongoing pa rin po yung ating investigation sa kung sino po yung posibleng nag-inganyo sa kanila, anong grupo po yung posibleng nagsabi sa kanila na pumunta kayo doon, manira kayo, mambato kayo, mananakit kayo. So ito po is ongoing investigation natin regarding dito. Pero meron na rin naman po kaming person of interest na tinitingnan na posibleng nag-influence sa kanila ng mag-conduct ng ala Nepal na mga activities.
Could you give us, ma'am, an idea? I know you cannot give us names yet kasi ongoing investigation, but can you give us an idea of the nature of this person of interest? Is he somebody affiliated with a political party? Is he a politician? Is he a businessman? Kahit wala pang pangalan, kung pwede.
Kahit ko na lang, Major, initials.
Isa po siyang parang content creator, rapper siya, isa siyang rapper na tinitingnan nitong ating mga kabataan. Previously meron siyang mga post sa social media na nag-iinganyo po siya na mag-dress in all black, mag-mask ng black. Sabi nga po nila, ang parang paniniwala nila is no face, no case. So ito po yung tinitingnan natin na anggulo na posibleng nag-instigate dito sa ating mga kabataan na manggulo at manakit.
Ito yung sasabi ni General Abrin na parang hip-hop gangsters, mga ganon?
Gangsta.
At yes po, parang mga rapper po ito, mga gangster, sabi nga po yung term ng ating mga millennials ngayon, mga geng-geng po.
Geng-geng?
Geng-geng.
Geng-geng.
Yeah,
Major, sabi ng DICT, may tinitingnan silang grupo, Anonymous PH. Tama ba yan?
Ikino-coordinate po natin sa lahat, sa ilang government agencies, kung ano po yung mga information na meron sila na posibleng makalap nila para po makatulong sa investigation ng PNP, ng Manila Police District, para po sa pagsasampa ng mga kaso laban po dito sa mga naaresto naming mga nanggulo dito sa ating rally.
Major, ano yung sinasabi ni Mayor Isko na may politiko?
May former politician daw.
Tsaka negosyante behind dito sa grupo na ito.
Hindi pa po namin alam yung anggulo na sinasabi ni City Mayor ng Manila, pero we will look into it po. Meron na pong coordination naman din po ang Manila Police District with City Mayor ng Manila po.
Pero Major, follow up lang. Sabi ni Yusek Claire Castro at sabi ni DILG Secretary John B. Cremulya, these are organized groups out to burn Malacanang. Parang hindi yata kaya ng gangsta group, jeng-jeng lang yung ganon. No? Kung ganon ang sinasabi ni DILG Chief Remulya and Palace spokesperson Claire Castro,
this is conspiracy.
Ang implication noon ay this is a bigger conspiracy, more political than just the jeng-jeng gangsta gangs, no?
Based po kasi yan dun sa naging movement nitong grupo na ito. Simula po kasi sa Luneta, nagkaroon po sila ng movement, kaya po natin nalaman yung posibleng niruruta nila. From Luneta is nag-move itong grupong ito, papunta po dito sa Ayala Bridge. Kaya po nagkaroon po tayo doon ng pagharang ng container van na kanila rin namang sinunog at pati na rin po yung motor. So minomonitor po natin yung movement nila at na-verify naman po natin na ang goal nila is makarating po ng Malacanang. Kaya sa yung way din naman po papuntang Malacanang, yung ating Menjola, is hinarangan na po natin agad-agad. Nagdagdag po tayo ng enforcers doon. So yung pong information ni Yusek Castro at saka po ni SILG, sinasama po natin yan sa ginagawang investigation ng Manila Police District at saka ng NCRPO. Kung halimbawa po na meron pang mga dagdag na information, meron po kami makuha ang mga datos mula sa Intel community, is pagsasama-samahin po yan para ma-verify po namin kung ito po ay may isang grupong kinakabilangan or mga kabataan lamang po na gustong manira, gustong manggulo.
Again, another follow-up, Major, no? Pinakita sa mga video, may mga nagmamarch na sinisigaw Duterte. Apparently, mga Duterte groups. Pero din mga pumunta na mga progressive groups. So, hindi lang itong grupo na ito ang nakitang papunta ng Menjola. May iba pang groups na papunta ron. No? Na kitang-kita nga, sumisigaw sila na Duterte, Duterte. So, ibig sabihin, hindi lang ito mga parang mga anarkista. Merong mga organized political groups na pumunta ron.
Yes po, meron po. Pero ito pong mga grupong ito, yung mga nanira, yung mga nanggulo po, is hindi separate groups po sila. Sila po yung mga kumbaga sinasabi natin, nag-inject dun sa mga peaceful protesters na nandun. Kasi po karamihan po sa mga nandito is mga estudyante. Mga student po ng iba't ibang eskwelahan na nagtipon-tipon, may mga organizations po sila. Pero ito pong ating ilan sa mga naaresto natin is hindi po sila kabilang dito sa mga organizations na nandito. Iba po yung kanilang isinisigaw. Doon po sa isinisigaw ng mga nakuhanan sa video. So, halo-halo pong grupo yung nandito sa Menjola. Kaya hindi po natin agad masabi kung sila po ba ay organized group or sila po ay mga dumayo lamang para lang po talaga manggulo.
Major, hindi mo kang spontaneous yung protestang yan eh. Unang-una, pare-pareho yung damit nila, nakaitim sila. Pangalawa, lahat sila nakamaskara, ayaw magtanggal ng mask. Tapos ang lalaki ng bato nila, hindi naman siguro nakuha yun sa kalye. Tapos meron pang medala ng flamethrower. Tapos meron pang ibang may mga kutsilyo. It looks like an organized, planned violence eh. In fact, yun na sinabi ni Secretary Remulla kahapon, ni John Vic Remulla, mukha daw organized niya. At saka, sino bang alam niyo na ba kung sino nagturo sa kanilang gumawa ng Molotov? It's not easy to make that, no? Although, medyo simple siya, but you have to be careful handling it, no? Alam na ba kung ano? At saka yan, may mga ganyan sila. Ang lalaki ng batong yan, they're not ordinary rocks na pinupulot lang sa kalye. Dala-dala nila yan dyan. So mukhang pinagbalakan talaga. And the fact na ang fa-file sa kanila is sedition, merong political element yan kung itutuloy nila yon. Yung charge na yon. So, anong sabi niyo sa mga ganong ano?
Based po sa aming ginawang pag-iimbestiga, gano'n na rin po sa aming social media monitoring, yun po kanilang pagsusuot ng all black at yung kanilang pagsusuot ng mask ay kasama po dun sa naging sinabi yung isang nag-inganyo sa kanila, yung kumbaga po nag-inganyo sa kanila na magsuot silang lahat ng black, magsuot sila ng mask para wala silang pagkakakilanlan. So itong taong ito po ay tinitingnan natin kung meron po siyang nagba-back up sa kanya at siya lamang ang ginamit upang impluwensyahan itong ating mga kabataan na nagpunta po dito sa Menjola.
Is that po your initial assessment that there is somebody else behind this rapper who planned this and orchestrated this? The rapper is just kumbaga yung ginamit lamang.
The rapper is just the one who organized, instigated
Nagtawag,
crowds. Pero meron pang bigger backer behind him.
Yes po, hindi po namin inaalis yung anggulo na yon na hindi po siya ang talagang nandito sa likod nito kasi para po siya magkaroon ng lakas ng loob na mag-engganyo dito sa mga kabataang ito. Kumbaga, hindi naman po siguro lahat maniniwala sa kanya para sundin siya ng ganun-ganun na lamang. So, tinitingnan po namin yung anggulo na meron po pong iba na nasa likod niya, bukod po sa kanyang pag-iengganyo sa social media.
Major, there was, yung last update namin is may isang lalaking protester who died and another one who suffered a gunshot wound. May updates po ba kayo dun sa the one who was still in the hospital?
Minomonitor po namin at bine-verify kung yun pong ating mga casual, yung isang casualty po is kung talaga pong siya ay nanggaling po doon sa rally. Sinecheck po namin dahil based po din sa information na bine-verify namin sa ngayon is nagkaroon din po ng riot doon sa area na yon. So hindi po sa rally talaga siya nanggaling at yun po yung aming bine-verify ngayon sa area at sa Manila Police District.
Pero yung riot sa Menjola rin nangyari, correct?
Yes po.
Pero ma'am, at the very least, can we confirm kung meron ngang namatay? Is that true? Kasi that's been going around. That's number one, kung meron ba namatay talaga. At number two, kung meron ba tinamaan talaga ng bala?
Based po sa report ng Manila, yes po. Based sa report po ng Manila Police District, meron po isang namatay sa saksak. Hindi po siya kilala, wala po siyang pagkakakilanlan. At meron din po namang sinasabing meron pong gunshot wound na ngayon po ay na-confine dito sa isang ospital sa Maynila. Pinuntahan pa po siya ng ating investigador. Yun nga lang po, unconscious pa po itong ating naka-confine na dyan. May pangalan po siya pero hindi po siya taga Manila. So inaalam po natin kung bakit siya nandun sa area na siya ay natagpuan. So lahat ng ito po ay part pa rin po ng investigation ng NCRPO.
So at this point, Hindi niyo po masabi definitively if they were, yung namatay is because of the rally or whether it was because of the separate riot, same as with the one yung nabaril.
Yes po, dahil yung regarding po dun sa pagkakabaril, inaalam po natin dahil wala naman pong nagpaputok sa area na yon, dahil wala pong pulis nung time na yon. Ang ating mga pong pulis, sa para po sa kaalaman ng lahat, ay wala pong dalang baril. Yung CDM contingent po natin, armado lamang po sila ng baton at ng shield. So inaalam po natin kung sino po ang bumaril sa kanya, kung nabaril man po talaga siya. At syempre po sa tulong po ng mga CCTV doon sa area is malalaman po natin kung ano po talaga ang nangyari doon sa dalawang questioned individual.
Ma'am, you're talking about yung civil...
ko lang, sabi nyo, 244 arrested. Ilan po yung finailan ng kaso? Kasi 103 kamo minors Ilan ba talaga yung finailan na ng kaso? At as of this kasi sinabi ka nga po ni Sec. Remulla, kahit naman daw mga bata, pwede pa rin pailan ng kaso.
Nakipag-coordinate po tayo. 244 po yung total natin, of which 141 po yung kino-consider nating arrested at 103 po yung rescued. Kasi po mga minors sila. Meron po tayo ditong mga children in conflict with the law o sila po talaga yung allegedly at sila po yung involved sa pambabato at paninira. Meron din naman po tayong children at risk, yung mga na-influensyahan, na posibleng ma-influensyahan po na gumawa ng krimen. So, lahat po yun, sinecheck po natin itong 103 na rescued natin kung meron po sila, bine-verify po kung may discernment. So nasa DSWD po yung pagpoprosesong yun para malaman po natin kung sila po ba ay pwedeng kasuhan o sila po ay dadalhin ng bahay pag-asa para po sa kung ano man po yung magiging intervention po ng DSWD.
But for the 141 adults that were arrested, ano yung plano niyo for them? How much longer will you detain them?
Continuous po yung investigation natin at magpa-file naman din naman po tayo ng kasong paglabag sa BP 880 or yung Public Assembly Act, illegal assembly, resistance and disobedience, direct assault, malicious mischief, serious physical injuries, arson, at illegal possession of explosives.
Okay. Pero meron bang kaso ng sedition? Are you looking at that too? O hindi naman?
Meron po kaming ginagawang investigasyon kung maaari po namin kasuhan ng inciting to sedition, yung mga involved po sa pag-instigate nitong kaguluhang ito.
For example, yung rapper, if at all it gets to that point, yun ang titingnan ninyo?
Yes po, tinitingnan po natin yung probability.
Which means they will stay detained hanggang ma-charge.
May tumatago ata sa inyo. Ma'am, one more question from me. Meron ho bang least common denominator itong mga na-aresto ninyo? From what you know so far of their identities, meron ba silang anything in common that they have?
Sa ngayon po, bukod po sa sila ay mga hindi mga lehitimong taga-Maynila, mga dayo po sila. Yun lamang po yung nakikita pa natin ngayon na common denominator sa kanila, pero chine-check pa rin po kasi nilang ating Manila Police District yung mga pwedeng pagkakakilanlan sila, ano po yung grupo, ano po yung mga characteristics nila na pwedeng makonsider na talagang iisang grupo po sila.
But sinabi yung dayo, you mean out of town or just elsewhere
hindi taga
in NCR?
Manila City o hindi taga Metro Manila?
Within Metro Manila po, pero hindi po sila mga taga Manila. Meron po mga taga ibang from the north, meron po mga taga Caloocan, meron din po mga taga South Pasig and Pasay, mga ganun pong lugar.
Okay.
Okay. We'll let you go and we'll continue monitoring this situation. Thanks so much for talking to us today.
Salamat po.
Major General Hazel Asilo and CRPO spokesperson.
Thank you,
Maraming salamat.
Major.
Natuwa naman si Major sa'yo, ginawa mong Major General.
Sorry.
Oo nga.
I thought nasa prompter ko Major General. Sorry, Major. Major Hazel Asilo ng NCR.
Last star ba ang Major General?
4-star. Di ba?
Hindi. Lieutenant General ang
Two.
Hindi.
Major,
Two
2-star.
Mas mataas ang Major General.
Hindi. After Brig Gen is Major Gen, then LT Gen,
Brig
then
Gen,
full Gen.
Major.
So 2-star.
Lang Major.
2-star ang Major.
2-star.
Major General. Tapos LT Gen na yan. 3-star. Tapos
Interesting na rapper. What yung nag-instigate na.
well,
vlog
pwede
ba?
namang
Siguro online,
pwede siya
ano?
yung taga rally the troops. Pero siguro somebody else.
Maybe
could have,
he's just the voice.
Oo. Kasi what does he have to gain?
Usually kasi, kanyang extent, hindi naman yan kakaunti lang. Yung nahuli kasi 200 plus na. Ibig sabihin, usually times 5, times 10 yung grupo.
Alam nila yan dahil...
so mas malaki. So kailangan mo dyan ng food, kailangan mo ng transportation, tapos yan, may mga armas, may mga pillbox.
Madala silang mga tubo, pare-pareho tubo nila.
It's highly organized. So, parang laki naman nung mayaman naman yung rapper para gawin yan, no? So, kaya sinasabi ni Marisco, merong politiko behind it. At syempre, kung may politiko, baka meron pang behind doon sa politiko. No? So, ayan, kailangan lang... Paano kung maglalagay kasi ng statement ang DILG at saka ang spokesman ng presidente na dyan sila para sunugin ang Malacanang? No?
What is the end goal here? To hijack the rallies?
Hindi, siyempre...
Change the narrative.
Siyempre, gamitin yung rally, no? Gamitin siya papunta sa isang ibang political objective. No?
Ano yun?
Yung una. No, halimbawa, in this case, lusubin ang Malacanang. At saka, kung totoo yung sabi ni John Vic Remulla, sunugin. Pero kung lulusubin, susunugin, meron kang political objective. Hindi lang yun para sunugin lang, no? O lusubin lang. Ibig sabihin, anong gusto mo afterward? Kaya nga nag-entail siya of a bigger, of a possible bigger conspiracy. Lalo na, pag charge nila ng sedition, ang ibig sabihin nun...
Iba sedition.
Political yung agenda, di ba?
Si Ronald lang nakakasunod sedition.
Ako nakasuhan. Hindi, wala ko.
They have grounds to charge them with inciting to sedition. Hindi ba?
Terrorism daw, tinitignan din nila, terrorism.
Later siguro yun.
They look at the possibility na yung the instigator. Hindi pa itong
hindi yung mga yan,
ang daming minors eh.
Oo nga eh.
Di ba ang daming minors eh?
Kalahati. 103 are minors.
So...
Ginagamit yun kasi yung mga minors pinapakawalan kapag batang-bata.
Yeah.
Tapos may
Kaya ginagamit sila for that kind of violence.
Tapos may isang pinakitang TikTok, I'm not sure kung tunay yun, na nagbibigay ng pera. Nagbibigay ng pera.
Hindi ko nakita yun. Nakita ko yung sumisigaw na nakukitan ako doon yung ibaba daw yung ibaba daw yung presyo ng fishball sa calamares. Yan, gusto ko yun.
It's a legitimate, that's a legitimate grievance.
Kaya ko, alam ko, may legitimate cause. Saka nakunan siya later na may tinutulak siyang yung cart ng fishball.
At first look...
Ibig ko sabihin, kaya ko yung binabanggit, Ronald, kasi, di ba, kahit yung masa ngayon, yung ganyan, yung ganyan, alam na nila they can connect their plight, pati presyo ng kanilang puhunan sa gobyerno.
Kaya nga
I mean, it's significant, di ba? Kaya siya maganda. Nakikita na nila, pag binaha ako, pag nag-leptospirosis ako, ninakaw kasi yung pera kaya ganon. Di ba? Meron ng ganong at least may nabubuo ng ganyang mindset.
I know at first sight nakakatawa siya because medyo kakaiba yung rallying cry niya. But actually, that's a microcosm of our problems, right?
Prices siya
It's the prices of food, it's his inability to make a living for himself kasi ang mahal na ng presyo.
Kanya nga, we shouldn't look down at them Dahil sigurado naman.
Sabi ko maganda yung maganda yung gano'n na naiintindihan na nila na ito, kasalanan to ng gobyerno. Diba? Naiintindihan nila.
Kaya nga, we shouldn't look down on them dahil legitimate naman yung karamihan sa mga issues. Ang sinasabi lang natin, other forces may use those legitimate issues para sa ibang trajectory. No? At dahil nga nakafocus ka doon sa legitimate issues, hindi mo alam minsan, nagagamit na pala ako. Ano na ito nangyayari sa paligid ko, di ba? Yun minsan yung problema. Dahil yung may mga other political trajectory or objectives, mas sophisticated yon. Mas sophisticated yung kanilang kwan. Baka nga hindi mo sila nakikita dyan eh. No? Wala sila dyan
Yan,
eh.
no?
Yung mga ganong klase.
May pinakita yan na yung mini flamethrower. Mahal yun, Kung yun yung ginagamit sa pagluluto, mahal yun.
Saka kung di
Yung
ka...
flamethrower.
Kaya kung sabi nga ni Ami, kung di ka marunong gumawa ng Molotov, baka ikaw yung masabugan. No? At
Hindi siya. It's not an ordinary skill. May nagturo dyan. May nagturo kung paano. Kasi wala ka naman paggagamit na doon sa araw-araw lang na ang buhay mo eh. Diba?
Talagang Molotov talaga. No?
Hindi, tsaka, meron kasi mga dala. At tsaka afterwards, hindi mo na magagamit yon. No? Hindi mo siya pwedeng ilagay sa kotse mo. Dahil ang Molotov kasi, may halo yung styrofoam na tinunaw. May halo yan na asukal. May halo yan na itlog. Para may kakainin yung apoy, di ba?
It's to make it gel and
yes.
papit.
So hindi mo na yan pwedeng isole.
It's like napalm.
Oo.
May napalm pa.
Hindi, yung ganong klase Molotov is practically napalm.
The idea of napalm is jellied gasoline. Like you add soap or ano.
Okay, now we're looking at the
it will stick to your skin.
Or styrofoam.
Yan o. Tingnan mo.
So they were prepared talaga. They came prepared. They came prepared
It's
to
not a spontaneous
make a
gathering.
disturbance.
Yan o. May mga maraming dala-dala
Tsaka yun nga, as you said, nakamask talaga lahat. Ayaw tanggalin.
Yun na nga. Yung mga nagpo-protesta dun sa ibang lugar gustong-gusto nga nagpapakuha ng picture. Papakita yung mga mukha nila. Eto mga to ayaw magtanggal ng mask. Diba? Kaya kakaiba yung anong yan.
Ingit ka.
Meron sa different agenda.
Gabi na eh.
Nasabit lang si Fishball Bendo.
Sitio Malacanang ng 21. Pero mas grabe yun.
Hindi, buong araw yun.
Tsaka mas grabe yun eh. Yun talaga nilulusob yung gate eh.
Tsaka maraming patay doon.
Umaatras yung mga pulis eh.
Pinaputukan yun eh.
Segregation, April 25 yata yun. Almost a week yun eh.
May mga patay doon, may mga pinaputukan. Nakakaabot ka sa Malacanang nun, sa gates ng Malacanang?
Sa gate, Ano kami sa harap ng gate?
Kaya nagsimula na sila magpaputok.
Tapos tear gas. Rat-ratan sila sa area. As in, laglagan yung mga sanga ng puno. Nalimutan natin na may puno sa taas eh. Anyway.
Kaya nga.
Mukhang, Bok, ito. Is this over?
Of course not.
I'm not talking about the flood control issue, of course. That continues. Yeah. But itong violence that we saw last night and yesterday, is it over or is this the start?
Yung sinasabi nga ni Reg, kung itong mga investigasyon ay investigasyon lang, kung itong mga gagawin ng gobyerno ay rhetorics lang, definitely lalong lalawak ito, lalong kakalat. Kaya kinakailangan may maipakita sila, no? May maipakita sila para ma-assuage yung tao na seryoso yung gobyerno, no? Hindi lang siya salita.
But that's assuming that the violence is only because of yung legitimate concerns na walang ibang
agenda.
Objective.
Well, kung lalala ito, other forces na may ibang layunin beyond yung within the constitutional framework will take advantage. No? Kaya kasama yun dito sa hindi naman pwedeng tumulak yung mga yun na walang trigger. For them, the trigger is this. No? Kung yung mga tao ay pupunta sa kalsada at i-ambush o i-redirect yung ganitong klaseng energy, yung ganitong klaseng outrage towards something else. No?
But you're not really answering my question. My question is, regardless of what happens with the flood control issue, is somebody cooking up something?
Bakit ko sasagutin? kahit alam ko.
The $1 million question.
Good answer.
Somebody is always cooking up something, Ed. Ano ka ba? In this landscape, you can expect somebody will always cook up something. Pero as far as the investigation goes, yun nga, the ICI is in place. The problem is, as Ami mentioned kanina, there are reports of destroyed documents, destroyed and tampering of documents at the DPWH. Hindi pa natin alam what the extent of this is and exactly ano yung documents that they're referring to is, pero
hindi ba sila digital? Yung mga records.
Dapat everything should be
lahat tsaka, hindi lahat.
Diba, this is the problem.
Kasi up to 2010 hindi ba? From 10 years 10 years
Yeah.
yung pinapatingnan ni BBM eh.
But it's not clear
May
which
part
years.
doon na baka hindi pa naka-input sa
But it's not clear which years yung documents that they're referring to
Yeah.
that were
Wala
tampered
pa.
are. Even if say, and you remember that this is the problem sa Bureau of Customs, di ba, kung bakit ang hirap-hirap i-digitalize because they're resistant to it. Kasi
Ayaw nila eh.
Exactly. When you take out the human intervention part of it, ayaw ng mga tao yun because that's where the corruption, the magic happens, right? And then secondly, yung sa investigation sa Senate, si Senator Ping Lacson just this afternoon said si Bryce Hernandez, who was allowed over the weekend to go back to gather evidence, changed his mind about turning in his computer. So, ito lang, just this afternoon, he gave an ambush interview saying that diba, he gave him 12 hours to go and get the documents and computer. Biglang nagbago daw yung isip.
Wait, he doesn't wanna...
He doesn't want to turn over his computer now.
So,
It's not his.
Nakalabas siya ng bansa.
Hindi, nandyan siya. He's detained. Pero
Hindi siya lumabas.
hindi siya lumabas.
paano
Kung
dapat-
umuwi lang siya, he was given 12 hours to gather evidence. Kasi, remember,
You mean his computer in the office?
hindi
Di ba
ko
lalabas
sure.
siya ng bansa dapat? 6 to 6.
Hindi,
Hindi.
6 sa bansa.
Hindi,
Saan
hindi.
siya lalabas sa bansa
Hindi.
ng 6 to 6?
He suddenly...
Kukuha siya ng data. Kukuha siya ng data,
So-
tapos sabi niya, mukhang yung ebidensyang yon will be solid enough to pin down certain people. At as of yesterday, mukhang sigurado na sana na maite-turn over kay Ping Lacson na.
But again, just...
Ngayong araw, siguro nakatulog, masama ang gising.
But again, just...
Bago siya ng isip.
Just this afternoon, we found out that Lacson said that Bryce changed his mind and ang gagawin lang na Lacson wants to cancel his legislative immunity if he fails to turn over his computer. It's not clear if it's DPWH's computer or
Kasi
personal
if it's office computer, then he has no authority to
That's
keep
public,
it from,
public asset.
from government.
Pero hindi clear which one it is.
Baka may kung ano sila download, no?
In any case, download files.
Okay.
Download kung ano nung computer corporate files. I don't know what you're talking about. But anyways, di ko alam how big of a hurdle this is, how big of a challenge this is to the investigation. Remember when kinausap natin si Senator Ping last week pala sabi niya,
They were looking for the smoking gun.
Exactly. They were looking for a smoking gun. Nahanap na niya yung first two elements. Number one, he has the allegation. Number two, he found the exact items in the budget, both under program funds and unprogrammed funds. Ito na lang, itong third element yung kulang.
Because the first two elements are just irregularities. They're not
Correct.
illegal.
The third element will tie
Yung
exactly
pagbubulsa.
the allegation na
pagbubulsa.
kickbacks to certain lawmakers. Yun na lang yung kulang. And supposedly, yun yung mapapresent ni Bryce today. But then he changed his mind.
But even then, even if it's his personal computer, pwede na pa sabi na yung personal files eh. If the court finds enough evidence.
They can. The ICI can. Remember, it has subpoena power. Pero,
Oh yeah, but they still need to go to the courts eh. They don't have that kind of power. They can subpoena, but if you say no, they can't do anything really. It's an executive body.
so now we have to put pressure on the
Nakita
courts, is
nyo
what you're
ngayon.
saying.
Yeah. But kasi it's an
Nakita niyo
executive
kung
body eh.
gaano
Actually, yung
kahirap
statement ng
gumawa ng
CBCP
case,
kahapon, kasama doon sa mga specifics, ay bilisan yung pag-approve ng bill ni Laila De Lima na bibigyan ng powers yung
A
ICI.
legislative
Correct.
commission talaga.
Paano kailangan mo ng batas eh?
Oo.
Para doon sa mga ganun
Kasi
klaseng kapangyarihan.
otherwise, it's just an executive commission.
If you don't have teeth, then...
You can subpoena people, but if they refuse to come, wala kang magagawa.
Hindi mo makakontempt.
Kasi sabi nga nila, fact-finding lang daw yan. Hindi, ang gulo-gulo eh. Dapat linawin nila kung anong papel niyan eh. Fact-finding lang daw sila, hindi daw sila prosecutorial. Ay, hindi, magulo yung mandate din kasi. Oh.
Okay.
Kaya yan, nag-umpisa pa lang tayo, ganyan kahirap ang pagbibuild ng case dyan.
Sige, goodbye na tayo.
Ilan pa
Papakwento
lang
mo
yan.
kay Ronald eh.
Meron pang kwento si Ronald. You wanna say it? Ayaw, no?
Wala naman ako kay kwento.
It's just... Okay, we'll leave that there for now. Thank you so much for joining StoryCon today.
Ay.
Ami Pamintuan, Editor-in-Chief of the Philippine Star. Ronald Llamas, a resident political pundit. Join us again tomorrow, 4 p.m. for StoryCon. I'm Regina Lay.
I'm Ed Lingao. We are One News, all sides, all the time.
This is the Story Conference Group or the StoryCon Group.